There's the old saying, they don't make them like they used to. I don't really buy into that bullshit. Games today are as awesome as games were back then, but I do covet lots of titles and experiences from my youth. Growing up during the SNES Genesis Bit Wars, seeing all the funky ass consoles that only lasted 6 months on the market, to playing games we old people keep telling the youngsters they need to check out, a ton of games from the past are still just as good today. Here's a handful of retro games that are some of the greatest created that I've played multiple times and will continue to do so till the day I die. Mega Man 2 for the NES. So there's a million Mega Man games, right? But we got to roll it all the way back to the summer of '89 when Capcom dropped this bad boy in North America. A huge improvement from its predecessor in level and boss design, presentation, weapon selections, and providing a difficulty system. Not only do I think Mega Man 2 is the best game on the NES, it also has the greatest OST on the console. Every track just fucking slaps. The soundtrack alone is enough to make anyone play this game. Growing up, I played this game almost every Saturday. I could pick up this game at any time now and never be bored and just have a big smile on my face while playing it. Castlevania II: Belmont's Revenge for the Game Boy. The Game Boy was a big part of my youth, specifically on long road trips during summer vacations, as was Castlevania. One of the games I played the most during these trips was Belmont's Revenge. A handheld Castlevania with a decent story, great levels and challenge, and a great OST. I came back to the game somewhat recently and never knew how much I actually liked it and was surprised how into it I got as an adult. It's a damn good game and looks and plays great for a Game Boy title. I really like the stage selection map, so maybe if you're struggling on one stage, you could try a different one and come back to the other later, instead of just one long path like OG Castlevania on the NES. Belmont's Revenge is a must-play for any Castlevania or Game Boy fan. Chrono Trigger for the Super Nintendo. So, this is the GOAT, my favorite game of all time. I play it and beat it at least once every 1 to 2 years. It's a masterpiece, it's god tier, it's one of the greatest things created by humans. There's nothing I could say about it that has not been said. I love the plot, characters, combat, music, graphics, everything. The game blew me away when I was 9, and it still blows me away now. If you haven't played this game, play it. Pause your backlog, don't buy a new release, stop everything, and just play Chrono Trigger. Mario Kart 64 for the Nintendo 64. Yeah, we're back in the time where everything was 64. Mario 64, Pilotwings 64, Doom 64, and before that, it was Super Mario and Super Metroid and Super Star Wars. Nintendo was very, very, very inventive with their names. Anyway, since its release, I've never been a big fan of the N64, but Mario 64 is so addictingly fun. A wide variety of courses and drivers, great power-ups and weapons to use, and a pretty cool OST. When I look back on the Nintendo 64, this is the first game that pops into my mind that I had as much fun as back then as I do now. Even when I was recording the footage for this video, I wanted to keep playing and unlock all the cups on all the CCs. It was great remembering all the little secrets on some tracks and how awesome Toad's Turnpike is. Mario 64 is also one of those games that flirt on the friendship ender line, as I recall many heated sessions with friends in the past. I also feel the game is pretty difficult when you crank it up to 150cc, and some of the track designs can just fuck you over. Definitely the best Mario game on the console for me, and Luigi is the best, hands down. Final Fantasy VII for the PlayStation. Once again, another game that has had everything said about it. So instead of saying the same shit we've all heard 1,000 times, I will just share a story of me and this game. Before it released, I remember seeing commercials for it on TV. I was familiar with Final Fantasy and was shocked that I saw it on TV and it looked amazing. One problem, I didn't have a PlayStation. So it stayed in the back of my mind for years until one Christmas, I opened a gift and it's a second model PS1 and a copy of Final Fantasy VII. Not only was I excited to get the game, but the PS1 was the first console that was mine, and I did not have to share it. We had this like 10-inch portable TV VCR combo that we carried around on vacation, and I just remember playing this game on it and at my grandma's house every day until we left. I think it's really awesome when a video game coincides with a unique moment in your life beyond I just got the game and played it. I still enjoy Final Fantasy VII today and love sitting back and listening to the OST on vinyl. Yeah, I'm flexing a bit. These games were the building blocks for the gamer I am today, and there are a whole lot more retro games that I still love playing, but these stand out the most. History to me is an important thing. It's important to look back to learn from mistakes or get inspiration. Modern games are great, but I have to give praise to gaming's foundation, and maybe remind a few people that a lot of these retro games still hold up to anything released today. If you're not an old man like me, do yourself a favor and take a look at older game libraries and give them a try. Experience where your favorite hobbies started from, and I guarantee that you'll be surprised how ideas and mechanics from the past are still being used today. What are some of your favorite retro games? Feel free to share them. Thank you for watching.